Hello class, and today I will be touching base on how we as educators should go about assessing ESL speaking. I'm going to cover the do's and don'ts and how we can create a comfortable feeling within the classroom for them. Now there are many ways to assess ESL speaking, and some of the topics I will cover will be sentence and paragraph tests, picture-based tests, or grid conversation testing, which I will cover here later in the PowerPoint. Now, some things to keep in mind while doing this: make sure that it reflects the content you are talking about within the classroom, and also remind them that conversating is conversating. You don't want to make it seem like it's some daunting task. So unfamiliar content equals no good. The assessment is already tough enough on these students, so going the route of unfamiliar content will show a drop in how well they do and create more of a struggle for them. So what we want to focus on, the content you are learning in class is what should be used in the particular area of the assessment. We don't want to stray away from what we've been going over, and we don't want to create an unfamiliar ground. Now, sentence and paragraph tests. This is the most common form of assessment, and this is an assessment where you have the ESL student either write or read a sentence to show how well they can both put together and communicate the sentence. And going off of that, as an educator, we are looking for how well they can pronounce the words they are speaking within the sentence, and we also are looking at how well the words they put together work with each other, as in like is not and did not. Those could be mixed up. Now, picture-based tests. This assessment is where the teacher holds up a photo and the ESL learner then states what he/she is seeing in the picture. We want to make it as simple as possible. Jumping to grid conversations. This is a level-based communication key. Each level as it grows becomes more difficult, the lowest to highest, working until we can complete a full conversated sentence amongst each other. Starting the grid at the lowest, an example would be the student talking about their occupation or simply something like their name. You can keep it as simple as possible with these students, as we want to create comfortability. Now, the peak of the grid would be along the lines of a full introduction sentence. So like, let's say me telling you, like, hello, my name is Mason, and I go to Mayville State University. They can put all of that together. Now, why we should be cautious about assessing ESL speaking. So some reasons why I think we should take caution. There's frustration, worrying, wanting to quit, and doesn't show how well they can produce. Ways we can assess comfortably. In-class plays, mock interviews, telling stories, and portfolios. There are many ways that you can make it comfortable for these students to speak, but these are just some of the areas I'm going to touch base on. In-class plays. Now this can help both sides of the students, the ESL and the regular student. The ESL speaking learners and the students of the main language can work together to create a play, and they get some creativity with it as well. Mock interviews. Now this will allow students to become more comfortable not only with what they know about themselves, but also creates a comfortability amongst the students. They get to know each other and their strengths and weaknesses. Now, telling stories. So telling stories will introduce the creative side of the ESL students, like the plays, allowing them to move off of their own creativity. Now the reason I went with this is because it's their own, it's not group-based. And lastly, creating portfolios. So having our students create a written portfolio of themselves will allow us, the educator, to understand the students, and also allows students to work on more of their extensive words they may use. Now, creating a safe space. We as educators need to create a safe and comfortable space for our ESL students, as their fight or flight, which everybody has, will possibly heighten. If we can create a comfortable place with all of our students, then we can see progress. Now, wrapping it up, there are many ways we can assess ESL speaking, not only within our classroom, but one-on-one amongst us and our ESL student. If we can create this safe bond of working hard to understand the language, we can make leaps and bounds. Now, what we covered today was sentence and paragraph tests, picture-based, grid conversations, unfamiliar content, following with caution, assessing comfortably, and creating a safe space. Thank you.